So here we are for game 3 of this series. We are on Faymonville approach this time, and starting things out we have Asiamint playing as Soviets and straight away locking in partisan tactics. A spicy commander choice. Haven't seen this in the meta for a long time. Does give you access to the radio intercept similar to Advanced Warfare, so definitely an incentive for picking it early. But yeah, did receive a couple minor changes, especially to the partisan troops themselves. They used to be, kind of disposable units, didn't scale very well into the late game, but now they have access to like a stun trap, and they get access to an ambush bonus as well, which does help them scale into the late game a lot more effectively. So yeah, spicy stuff. And he's starting out with tier 2 into Maxims. This is bringing me back to the ESL North America days. Good times, good times. Anyway, facing off against him is VonAsten, who is going for Grand Offensive. And I wonder if he'll adapt his build if he sees his first Maxim that's rolling onto the field. Will he still go for the Fusiliers after this, or will he go for something else? Fusiliers are a pretty good option against Maxims because they're really good at run and gunning if you're going for a flank, and the extra sight helps you outposition the machine guns. So going for Fusiliers is a may not pay off immediately against the Maxim spam, but eventually it can be very, very helpful against them. First we skirmish there. VonAsten making it to the safety of the building, avoiding getting pinned. Now combat engineers out in no man's land. Getting chopped up. Looks like he's going to go for the neutralize here before retreating, but pretty bad engagement there for Asiamint. On the other side, combat engineers also getting bullied by Fox Grenadiers. This is quite a slow start going for Maxims. They've got quite a long build time on them these days. VonAsten taking full advantage of that, getting really aggressive, and he is going with the Fox Grenadiers instead of the Fusiliers here. Interesting choice. This is important as well, getting up sandbags, because Maxim can take quite a while to suppress a squad behind heavy cover, so sandbags are a good line of defense against the Maxim spam, or potential Maxim spam. There we go, behind the sandbags now. Should be able to get that fuel secured. Similar story over here. It's going to be connected as well. And no, he's not going to go for any Fusiliers, just go full Fox Grenadiers. Interesting. Just give him a little bit more firepower early on, but sacrifice of a little bit of late game scaling. So Fox Grenadiers working on a flank. Double combat engineers here. No flamethrower upgrade yet. Not really able to assist too much. Squad eventually gets forced away by the Maxim. He's sending in to shut down this flank. But the Stern Pioneer's coming in from a creative angle as well. This Maxim doesn't get the suppression in. Incendiary grenade in now. Maxim in some big trouble, but manages to suppress this with a fresh Maxim straight out of the base. Maxim here, try to set up. Gets the suppression in. We have a squad of partisans here to shut down the flank as well. Good stuff there from Asiamint. After a bit of a rocky start, he stabilizes thanks to that partisan activation. Shuts down the flank nicely. And you also notice that the partisans don't have the PPSH indicator on them anymore. That's so if they do pick up a weapon, you can see what they've got. It's not like the days of old with partisans / irregulars where you come equipped with like SVTs or LMGs or something like that. Always going to have the PPSHs these days, so no reason for them to have a PPSH indicator any longer. Mechanized going down for VonAsten, no surprises there, but hasn't retreated I don't think with the Stern Pioneers yet, so no med crates back there. All the squads are super low now. Looks like VonAsten going to leave the 2 lowest health squads back for some healing. In the meantime, he is losing quite a lot of map control though. Let's put down some wire on this side of the building to deny Maxim jumping in there with ease. So it's a nice play from VonAsten to shut down that. Because the Maxim in this building is a tough one to crack for OKW. In the early game, you have to try and flank it, coming from multiple angles. And that can get shut down quite easily. Oh, early mine down for Asiamint. Oh, Parsons, well, this is an unusual spot. Guess he's maybe expecting a flank around the far north, but not happening yet. We've got two Maxims covering all the angles here. VonAsten finds the weak point here. Engineers long range. Going for AT grenades now. Interesting stuff from Asiamint. Guess he's going to try pop a squad of AT partisans. Try and counter the looks, but he's going to be bleeding a lot of manpower. Once again, delaying his medics a long way. And he deploys them from the center. Interesting. Sneaks a Maxim onto the cutoff here. Enterprising play from Asiamint. He's making it work with these Maxims. But this could be about to take a turn for the worse with the looks coming in if he can avoid this partisan tank hunter squad. Looks could do so much damage to this Maxim spam. At the moment it's looking powerful. Just gonna come in for a bit of a flank. Trick squad trying to get in position. Currently with its sight blocked. Can't go for an attack round either, will connect with the truck instead. Has to get close enough and misses. Gets an AT grenade off though. Luke's backing away. Shrek wants to get in there for one more hit, and he does. He's going to go all the way into base, and VonAsten's actually put his mechanized truck in front of the flak base there, so he could have got a little bit closer even. Players get the flank, almost get the decrew on the Maxim, but not quite, and now, oh, does get it. Oh boy, can he go for the steal here? Partisans trying to prevent that. They've already used their grenade though. Maxim coming out from base. So there's the flame. I think he's going to be able to regather it, but it was a close call. Oh, Maxim coming in from the north. Oh, he doesn't get suppressed. This Maxim was too far back. But can he get away with it? He's calling in the smoke. Good play from VonAsten. A little bit late getting the retreat going though. And he has to retreat past this Maxim. Can this Maxim finish the job? Light cover there. Oh, he gets away. Close call, but nice play there from VonAsten. This Maxim just set up a little bit too far back to effectively cover the machine gun. It was in the arc, but in that range, the Maxim unable to suppress in time before VonAsten got the steal off. There, spy network unlocked for Asiamint. Looks coming forward and then backing away. I think he saw that earlier. Most of their in camouflage around there. Still no medics though for Asiamint. Man, it's really weird. Soviet play, never getting medics. Look at how low his squads are, man. This is crazy. It does have his tech down, and I guess he's going to delay until the T-70's out. For a tech round on the mine, I guess he spotted this going down earlier. Doesn't quite get the shot off though. Doesn't tank hunter sneaking forwards. Oh, Parsons gets found though. Grenade in. Well dodged. VonAsten branching out to this side, but Maximum, the building should be able to win this. Flamer getting the flank off as well. Looks heading up that direction though to assist. T-70 about to pop though. Did the tank hunters get different camouflage? I think they did. I think they used to not be able to move around when in camouflage. Oh, did he just lose his combat engineer there for no reason? Got me off guard. I thought he would just retreat with ease, but it's not. Caught Asiamint off guard as well, and that's why he lost the squad. Trick connecting, AT grenade connecting. And T-70 going hunting, got the focus vehicles on. Decides not to chase him, doesn't want to risk it. Could be a puma popping or a kitten, so he deems it too risky, but looking for revenge. Gonna try and get his Maxim back under his control. VonAsten late to retreat. Parsons down to 3 models though, so he'd lose the squad. He goes to the recruit grenade in. VonAsten well on top of the dodge. Maxim gets flanked. T70 out here, but VonAsten looking for the recruit with the full strength Volksgrenadier. Squad gets close enough for the Faust. He gets the regather, but he loses the Stern Pioneer in the process. Lucky long range shot from the T70. And now T70 backs away for repairs. Removes the engine damage, but here comes the Puma, and it's getting aggressive straight away. Still no medics for Asiamint, man. A little bit surprising they went for a rebuild on combat engineers before getting medics. But he is doing pretty well, you know, VP's close to even. I feel like he's had good map control so far as well. With the spy network, he has a good intel on where his opponent's units are. It's not active right now though. But yeah, if you're unfamiliar with spy network, it basically shows like where every unit your opponent has on the mini-map / tactical map. So if you're a tactical map player, this thing is so powerful. It's really good for Katyusha barrages. You can spot your opponent's units without giving away that you know that they're there, like if you have a recon plane or a flare up. So you can do blind Katyusha shots into the fog, and they are super effective. Speaking of, Asiamint also very effective with his tank hunter squad, constantly getting ambushes off on VonAsten's vehicles, slowing them down. Impressive stuff so far. Just makes it home. I mean, Maxim makes it home in the face of the looks. Most in closing distance, wanting to get the snare off, but unable to. Repair upgrade on the mechanized doing the repairs. Now that he's lost his Stern Pioneers, that's his only option. Well, after rebuilding them, of course, which he does so now. Ooh, hits a mine. AT Partisans, he could pop them if he cancelled the T70. Cancels the T70 anyway. It doesn't pop the AT Partisans. This could be a dead looks right here. Kind of unusual. And he starts the T70 and then cancels it again. What is he doing? Very indecisive stuff from Asiamint now. Goes for another squad. No spy network active, but finds the looks. One more Shrek is all it will take. T70 in the south doing some good work. Boom, heading down that direction now, and down goes the looks. Next to those AT Partisans. It took him a while to get them down, but it's the job done now. Puma going hunting for the T70. One more shot might actually get the T70 here. Just for an attack ground. Nice attempt from VonAsten. Doesn't want to go any further though. Here come the Shreks. Ooh. They died on the retreat path though. And they dropped the Shrek. Volksgrenadiers managed to regather it, so that squad deployed them behind enemy lines and ended up going down on retreat instead of deploying it from here earlier and just getting the safe kill. So pays the price for that indecisiveness, does Asiamint. I'm still shocked that he just doesn't get medics, man. It's costing him so much manpower. Now, it's a bit of a shame Asiamint losing that second squad, because having 2 Shreks, you know, can put one on either side of the map, could help him contain the Puma. But that's not an option for him at the moment. for a second T-70 though. Kind of, you know, going for a more aggressive early game strategy because Asiamint doesn't have the best late game. No calling heavy tanks, no huge off maps. Does have marked vehicle, which can come in handy, but apart from that, his late game can be a little bit lacking. Of course, you know, you do have the spy network Katyusha combo that I talked about earlier, which is potent. It can take a while before you can afford to get a Katyusha. VonAsten making a big push here in the south. Early retreats. Nice minesweeping as well. Expecting the T-70 to come out here to counter the machine gun. Puma is there as well. Where is the Shreks? They're coming down the center. Oh, revealed themselves briefly. Should be able to get a Shrek off there. One Shrek in. Oh no, ambush activated here. There's a lot of bleed on those, but they're also a little bit cheaper to reinforce, especially the anti-tank squad. The reinforce dropped by quite some margin. I think they used to be, I think it was 34 manpower before. Take a look at what they are now. 26, so yeah, it's a huge reduction in reinforcement costs for them. And Asiamint continuing to just not get medics, and he's going for tier 4 instead. He's still a decent chunk of fuel away from his first tank though. I think he could squeeze in medics before tier 4. Look at how quickly his units are going down because they are not fully healed. This Maxim, you know, drops one model, has to retreat immediately, and even once it reinforces that one model, it's still going to be super low in health. Could go down to a flanking squad very easily. VonAsten getting aggressive with his own Shrek squad. Fox Rangers with Shreks, that takes you back. Shrek connecting with a Puma. Continuing to push forwards. Machine gun in the building though, kind of locking Asiamint out a little bit here. He's having trouble out positioning. And now VonAsten doing a little bit of a risky play here, putting down his tech, but it's going to afford him some pretty good control of this fuel point. T-70's on multiple flanks though. Puma having trouble containing them all. Flak base is going to go up, but still a little bit exposed without the flak gun. But it's a quick upgrade. Partisans have to be careful, they could go down to it quite easily. T-70 trying to get rid of the machine gun in the center. Maxim also covering the fuel. Good machine gun lockout by VonAsten. And the flak base is up. Double T-70's going to town. Here comes the Puma though. Finding a nice angle away from the AT partisans. P ammo activated. AT partisans trying to hide from the blob. I think they got found out just then. And they're retreating. This could be a kill. VonAsten not fully focusing it though. A few squads running around. AT partisans in trouble. Not focusing it with this squad either. Now he does. But it's too late and the AT partisans get home. A little bit of a mistake there from VonAsten. Going in the smoke now. And Puma getting aggressive, going for some attack rounds. He gets the kill. Excellent play there from VonAsten. Really impressive attack round play with the Puma. You know, those are those kind of like low percentage plays. That separates those at the absolute top. And that's a nasty retreat path as well. 2 wipes in quick succession for Asiamint. He's in trouble now. And going for that tier 4 early is starting to bite him. He's had such poor fuel control following that. The first tank's coming in super slow and VonAsten very close to his own tank now. he didn't. Has to retreat immediately. Maybe if that Maxim was at full health, he could have, you know, backpedaled, repositioned, but with that amount of health, the flame grenade did too much damage, threatened the wipe. Finally has medics now though, so you can stop banging on that drum, but just very unusual play. Going for medics so late. Around the corner. VonAsten using the smoke to cover the retreat. Nice use of smoke again from VonAsten. He's looking good again this match. And there he's there. He could go the Panzer IV now, or maybe he's going to go for something a bit beefier. T-34 coming in for Asiamint though, and VonAsten's going to have a tough time countering that with what he has on the field now, or maybe not, because Puma could go for the T-70 kill here. He's going for it, but the Shrek is there, stops the chase down. VonAsten pick up a third machine gun. I didn't even notice that. But yeah, the triple machine guns are causing Asiamint so many headaches. Doesn't have a good counter to them. Relying on the T-70s to force them out of their cover positions. And you know, this machine gun here, basically been in the building for the last like 7 or 8 minutes. Just locking down this entire side. Flamer finally getting a wee bit of a flank on. I don't know if he's even going to be able to get another flame burst off. T-34 coming down this way though. Can he get the kill on the Maxim inside the building? Ooh, mine on T-34, and the Maxim gets out. Combat Engineer goes down on retreat. Man, everything's going wrong for Asiamint. Another Puma getting in there for some damage. First squad of Shreks popped. Incendiary grenade onto the door there. T-34, one shot from death. Those Shreks not quite in range. Marked vehicle on the Puma. T-34 goes down. Puma trying to escape. Shrek squad coming around the side. But here comes the T-70. He's on recon mode though, not firing for a couple seconds. And he goes down. Oh boy, Asiamint. So close, you know, everything was just about there, but didn't quite work out. Maybe if, yeah, the T-70, if it just wasn't on hold fire the entire time, probably wouldn't have gone down there. Similar story, if he was a little bit mobile with this Shrek early, could have maybe helped the T-34 survive. But he is at least in control of all the map. VonAsten's so close to that Tiger, and he's in a commanding position. Huge army. Nice PopCap lead. So he doesn't need to panic. He's still got a huge chunk of victory points left too. So those were losses Asiamint could not afford to suffer. Could, you know, snip this wire here. Yeah, there he goes. Let's go for the snip on it now. VonAsten sneaking his way around the corner though, looking for some fuel control. The squad acting as a bit of a scouting unit for the Maxims here, from the cover position, allowing them to fire a long range. Asiamint managing to sneak in another T-34 before VonAsten gets a tank, but a T-34 is going to struggle immensely in the face of the Tiger. Oh, maybe I thought he's gone for the wire snip, but he put a demo down instead. Doesn't look like it got anything though. And here we go, VonAsten hits the button as soon as it's available. Tiger on the field. Asiamint has 2 Shreks and looks like he's getting his Zis now to assist. But that's still probably not enough anti-tank gun firepower to stop the Tiger. This thing's so powerful. And reveals the squad. It's on my whole fire now, but it's too late. And they're not in range of the Tiger there. Light vehicle activated on the Tiger. Try and scare it off, but VonAsten's not scared. Continuing on his offensive. And look at how quickly the map has changed hands. VonAsten now in a commanding position. Asiamint backed into his base. Tiger missing that shot, but the Shrek connects. The T-gun setting up. No, it wasn't on prioritized vehicle. Shot of the infantry. Switches targets to the Tiger now, connecting with that shot. Tiger backing away. Calling in the artillery right at the base doorstep. Doesn't look like it's going to hit anything right. Oh, is this actually connecting long range thanks to the sight from the marked vehicle plane? There's one more shot off. Ooh, and goes for an attack ground scanner shot. Almost connects. Nice attempt from Asiamint. So Asiamint making a breakout in the south. VonAsten capping up the north. It looks like he's kind of splitting his forces. This is risky stuff for Asiamint. I feel like he needs to play around a more concentrated area. So his anti-tank is more clustered up so he can actually fend off the Tiger. And now the Tiger getting a good hit on the Zis. This returning fire, Shrek squad closing the distance. AT grenades, yeah, a little bit slow but gets it off. And should be able to get Shrek off here too. Next. So good way to repel the Tiger there, force it back for even more repairs. Now the T-34 to get busy on the other side. Have to be careful though, if he takes a Shrek, he takes a Faust. He's got engine damage, so he has to play this cautiously, dropping that Shrek, making a big difference in this scenario. So he has to respect that squad. Connecting there, lucky break for VonAsten while suppressed. Machine gun wars here. And here. T-34 actually winning that. That's kind of rare, usually Maxim wins those ones. Keeping forcing back the T-34. Asiamint really needs to get an SU-85 to fend off the Tiger, but he's still a huge amount of fuel away from being able to do so. And here comes the Tiger back up to full. Could get the wipe on this Maxim on retreat as well. He's looking for it, misses that shot. Lucky break from Asiamint, that easily could have gone down there. Fall back for repairs, not able to assist. VonAsten in the driver's seat in terms of victory points. Asiamint draining out fast. 213 remaining. Pulling back, repositioning.
The fighting has lowered the enemy down to 200 points.
Oh, ooh. Looking there, is this in position? And Asiamint not gonna wait around for the SU-85. Gonna go for the T-34, but that's a tricky one to control. Two T-34s fighting against the Tiger. Generally relies on you getting a flank, and that can be very hard to do so. It's a high level player like VonAsten trying to get in range for the Shrek but unable to do so. T-34 coming forwards now though. There's a Raketin somewhere, switching sides now. Incendiary rounds shredding the Maxim, retreating immediately. But yeah, I feel like VonAsten has just enough anti-tank to easily tame the double T-34s, the Shrek squad and the Raketin combining with the Tiger. It's enough to make sure those T-34s have little freedom. There we go, one of them taking engine damage immediately. Did very little damage there. Asiamint branching out though, getting a VP under control, unable to get the fuel under control though. VonAsten he's got the repair upgrade as well on his big truck. We talked about that earlier. Still, this machine gun in the building causing Asiamint so many headaches throughout this entire match. Once again being a huge thorn in his side. Comes forwards but takes the Shrek, backs away again. Just the Maxims to suppress this bad boy. Tiger heading up to the north. Shrek squad there, bounces. Just hits the retreat. Could still go down on retreat though. Tiger gun not facing the correct direction. T-34 going in for a bit of a crush. VonAsten was thinking about the fast cancels at the last second. Nice Zis barrage though, decoying the kitten. He's going for the kill, but VonAsten has the squad there to recrew it immediately. He's going to make it away. T-34, oh boy, Rakitten's setting up. This is a little bit risky. T-34 could kill it very easily in the next shot. Almost gets the kill. Where's the Zism? There it is. Maxim goes down though. Asiamint a little bit clumsy with his control, and he throws in the towel after losing that Maxim. He was down, but I don't think he was out. But yeah, losing that Maxim may be too costly. Oh, he's going to lose this one in the north as well, though. Yeah, that's fair enough call. Well, Asiamint, you know, this Maxim strategy, pretty good early game, honestly. Just I feel like VonAsten a little bit sharper than Asiamint in a few of those engagements. Asiamint just a step behind, a few careless losses here and there. But yeah, well played, and we will roll on to game number 4. So here we are for game 4 of this series. VonAsten now playing as US Forces and straight away locking in Heavy Cav. And facing off against some Asiamint, playing as OKW, same command alert as before, Elite Armor, Breakthrough, and Luftwaffe ground forces. So yeah, interesting to see VonAsten locking in the Heavy Cav straight away. No mechanized play on this map, which we have seen quite a lot of success. Obviously 51 on Faymonville. First engagement, Stern Pioneers closing in. The 2v1 scenario here overwhelmed Stern Pioneers. Horrible start for Asiamint. He was really hoping to like force the squad away so they couldn't be used for backcapping or anything like that, but unable to do so. So now VonAsten, after winning that engagement, now gets to cap with the squad behind, you know, like a safe region behind the front lines. And Asiamint dropping 3 models from the Stern Pioneers there. Just, that is a nightmare start for him.
Target captured. No enemy contact.
Rifleman coming down the middle. You have to remember that VonAsten does have access to the Rifleman field defenses, so putting up those sandbags does help. He's getting busy with those right there.
Grenadier, ready for action.
Similar story over here, sandbags on this fuel point. Quite a defensive position on the sandbags as well. I think this is quite a good spot because quite often your opponent will come out this way, and if they want to flank you they have to come all the way down here and then all the way around here. It's quite a circuitous path to flank squad behind the sandbags here, and in the process you might be able to bring a squad up from your own base to then take cover behind here, and then as the squad's trying to flank squad over here, firing them from here, and then it just goes quite badly for the player on the left hand spawn. But yeah, not much to talk about at the moment. Mine going down there for Asiamint. 3 rifles into Lieutenant, I imagine. Yep. For VonAsten. So a lot of sandbags going up across the map. And another engagement going. But an early retreat there from VonAsten. As soon as he saw the Stern Pioneers getting out of there, no point in sticking around. Bit of cover-to-cover fighting here, but VonAsten pulls back. But overall, I'd say this is going pretty smoothly for VonAsten. Sometimes we can overwhelm his forces a little bit, especially at around this timing, with the Stern Pioneers being so much more powerful than the rear echelon, but not the case at the moment. But here we go, nice move here from VonAsten, bringing in 2 squads at once. Just trying to overwhelm this person, and he does so. Incendiary grenades in a good position, but in comes Asiamint from the other side, forces the retreat before he can get neutralized. Not like it's going to be cutting anything off though. Stern Pioneer forcing another retreat coming down from the north. Now trying to apply some pressure to the Lieutenant behind the heavy cover there. Now backpedaling. Squad charging down the middle. Takes a little bit of cover behind those central sandbags. The other squad going to come around on the flank. Maybe apply some pressure to the fuel after that. Or perhaps they're just going to charge straight down the center. Alright. VonAsten repositions, but it's a tough call whether he's in cover this direction or not. Probably not though. Asiamint does get the engagement straight away, putting up his own set of sandbags following that. And another mine going down. VonAsten doesn't have the sweepers yet. She was quite good about in one of the other series. I remember him sweeping the mines, so slight error there. And once again, VonAsten not going for an M20, going to the 50 cal to the Stuart. Asiamint, of course, has gone for the mechanized regiment. So basically interrupted there. 50 cal in the building in the center. That's going to be a headache for Asiamint to deal with. Backpedals, VonAsten setting up so many 2v1 scenarios at the moment. Just like constantly setting them up, forcing Asiamint off, taking very efficient engagements as a result. And was that a mistake, retreating that Stern Pioneer? Not sure, seemed a little bit unusual. Lieutenant charges forwards. He's got the Thompson, so really good in close quarters until the Thompson model drops. Asiamint getting the early retreats. Or maybe he wanted the healing actually, I'm not sure. He hasn't put down the med crates yet. Lieutenant pushing on to the point. VonAsten does have the sweeper this time. Couple mines up here. Squad not in any cover. The squad might be able to win because of that. Neither of them dropping models though, let's be honest. And there we go, 2 models drop. VonAsten calls it in the retreat. Ooh, retreating. Okay, Lieutenant retreats down this avenue rather than through the other path, so doesn't trigger the second mine. And some Falchion Mega dropped in behind enemy lines here for Asiamint, but once again VonAsten with a 2v1. Good work here. Switching his focus fire to the squad outside of cover. And then, what's he doing? He's running around. I'm not sure what he's doing here. What were the riflemen doing as well? Get caught in close quarters. But they drop 2 models really quickly there. Good bit of RNG for VonAsten. Falchion Jaegers have to retreat. Might have been able to get a burst on them as they ran past here if he switched the arc of the 50 cal, but that's alright. Don't think it would have got the kill. But yeah, Stuart on the field for VonAsten. Asiamint with no light vehicle yet. But can go for that Puma shortly. Looks like he cancelled the reinforcements on his Falchion Jaeger to make sure that you get that Puma ASAP. Things looking really good for VonAsten, just taking really nice engagements across the map. And Asiamint struggling a little bit. VonAsten sneaking onto the cutoff here. Squad pushing into the north, trying to stall for time, I think, until the Puma arrives and it can assist against the Stuart. Doesn't want to take an engagement until then. But in the meantime, is losing a lot of map control.
Area secured. Check your ammo. We're getting
Unfortunately, Megan now finally getting reinforced, and here come the reinforcements. Two folks pushing forward. So we got the bazooka squad escorting the Stuart. Good positioning of that for VonAsten. So Puma can't push in too aggressively. The Puma circling around the bazooka squad, going hunting. Could also find an ambulance potentially if it was completed. And wow, squad almost went down. Did they throw a grenade? No, just old-fashioned Fallschirmjäger fire. Getting aggressive. Ooh, almost gets the rifleman kill. Let's get one more burst in. No dice. If he was Vet 1, you might have been able to use the aim shot, but he's not Vet 1 since he only just hit the battlefield. Well, bazooka misses there. Now Stern Pioneer's ripping into the lieutenant, doing some really good damage. And Puma getting aggressive again. This time the ambulance is in the danger zone. Puma misses the first shot on it though. And now pulling back. Doesn't want to risk getting anti-tank grenaded in this position. And it's a much more defensive spot now. With this Puma buying a lot of map control, and Asiamint did smoke out the machine gun in the middle. VonAsten pulled it back. Resetting it up here. Ooh. Ooh. Sneaking around the side there. Nice work from Asiamint. Good dodge at the last second. Stuart doing some good damage. Puma coming up to assist. Unusual path. Oh, look at this. Good minesweeping here. Spots this rifleman mine. Doesn't spot that one though. And this is a wave of forces for VonAsten. Oh, another mine going off there. Stern Pioneer's forced off. Puma ripping into the Stuart. That was just too much firepower for VonAsten. He just ran straight ahead and overwhelmed. Even Asiamint, you know, he had just too badly outnumbered. He had some good cover positions, but did not have the strength. And I think a lot of that had to do with the mines he ran over. You know, he ran over a mine over here and over here. I mean, these two squads couldn't really come to contribute in a meaningful manner, at least. And Asiamint going for the looks second. So we're going to try and pile on the pressure during this light vehicle phase. VonAsten going for a second 50 cal. Asiamint getting his next truck out. Interesting. 50 cal once again inside the building. Ooh. AT grenade coming through. Looks on the warpath. Ambulance right in the back of the base this time. Yeah, ooh. Riflemen making their way back through the pizza. APM activated here. It's kind of unusual. Seems like you can activate the APM before this is fully set up. I don't think you can do that on the MG42. Looks going to work here, but machine gun constantly reinforcing, so only a minor bleed. Bit of a flank on the machine gun in the building, but no incendiary grenade. There it goes, but a little bit slow. Asiamint's push winding down here. Looks like the incendiary grenade only damaging maybe one model inside the building as well. It doesn't look like he got full reach. So the machine gun just able to stay inside the building. Not ideal. Rifleman just charging forwards, looking for the AT grenade. Risky stuff. Looks like Asiamint pulling back a long way here. Is getting his tech truck up, covering the fuel point. but doesn't have enough resources to go for Panzer authorization yet. VonAsten doesn't really have the firepower to knock this down. Bazooka, one bazooka, and the Stuart not nearly dangerous enough. Attack rounds the mine with the bazooka there, nice work. Trying to save a little bit of time. This time VonAsten making much better use of his munitions. He still hasn't got the weapon racks, but by planting so many mines he is keeping that munitions float under control. Continuing to plant mines, but this time getting interrupted. But that does weigh on your mine, even if Asiamint is to interrupt a mine like that. He's got to think, well, if I saw that one, there could be two more somewhere else that I don't know about. You have to be much more cautious about your vehicle movements and aggressive with your mine sweeping. Looks not doing too much damage. Sandbags soaking up most of the damage there. Second 50 cal suppressing these squads, but looks coming around the side of the 50 cal. Squad trying to close in for a AT grenade. Puma there. Concussive grenades stunning everything. Bit of friendly fire on that. We're getting some good hits on the Stuart, but VonAsten once again overwhelming here with his concentration of forces. As well with the sweeper. Gun about to pop on this. And a very early retreat there from VonAsten. Good reaction times. Once again VonAsten going for the captain here. A little bit unusual. Captain into AT gun. He's got a lot of fuel. He's gone straight for a tank here. I feel like he's handling double light vehicle pressure well enough that he doesn't need the anti-tank gun, especially if he went for weapon racks. Got some bazookas on the rear echelon. I think they'll be able to tide him over long enough to even get the Pershing, I would say, from this position. But he's going to go for the AT gun. Moving the AT gun around can be a little bit tricky from this spawn, but because he's had a light vehicle, he's crushed a lot of these fences that makes it really tricky to move around this area of the map. Just needs to get a couple more over here. Over here doing some spotting. Forcing back the 50 cal. Asiamint with the Rakit now. Looks like it took some damage. I don't think I've seen it fire yet though. And there we go, AT gun forcing back the looks. VonAsten bringing a pretty formidable force here to the north. Asiamint on the back foot. Here comes the Stuart and Rakit right there. Sits up. Oh, unable to get the shot off. Here's the Puma, okay, coming out, switching sides, but I feel like Asiamint has been a little bit slower on his light vehicle control this game. But the Puma is often not in the right position to counter the Stuart. And often he's not getting enough damage done with the looks. The AT guns on the field. Oh man, it's going to run right back into the same area that was before, and in fact could take the AT grenade here. One shot from the M1 comes through. VonAsten a little bit slow, no AT grenades. Watch the attack ground there though. And there you go. Going forwards, AT gun sets up. Oh, smoke coming in though for Asiamint. Asiamint did plant a lot of mines earlier. I think only one of them got triggered. And now he doesn't have many weapon upgrades on squads. I'm not going to try and convince somebody not to plant mines, but VonAsten doing a really good job on the mine sweeping, nullifying Asiamint's mind so far. Trying to get the kill here on the AT gun. So close to death. But the suppression comes through. And the AT gun should be able to get away. Double 50 cals here. Puma now in a little bit of trouble. Oh boy, spinning around. Can't get past the tree. One more shot potentially. Does he have sight? Ooh, I think he did have sight and he missed. Lucky break for Asiamint in that tree. Yeah. Wasn't some pathing headaches. Fresh. What was that? No, I was going to say fresh squad Fallschirmjäger, but that's the squad that's back at base. With a lot of healing, a lot of reinforcing required, a lot of repairs also. He is a bit down in the dumps. That push into this area just went so horribly wrong for him, running right back into the anti-tank gun, both the machine guns there as well. Maybe, you know, he's so close to decrewing the AT gun, but didn't quite get there, and following that, he is losing a huge amount of territory from the aftermath. Sternpioneer's just going full repair mode here. He's with a decent chunk of fuel. VonAsten getting the major out. He's going to be a long way off in terms of manpower though from Pershing, so that's one thing in Asiamint's favour right now. But you know, VonAsten showing that he's willing to be patient, willing to just play out the game, especially when he's in such a strong position, doesn't feel the need to rush to the Pershing to try and win the game. They're going for the captain, you know, slower, more steady strategy, but working out well for him so far. Just doing some good harassing on the flanks. T-gun also under pressure, but the 50 cal's there for some suppression. Well, this is risky Scarf. It's coming forwards, getting a little bit over eager, but luckily VonAsten doesn't have the munitions for the anti-tank grenades. Puma missing its first shot. Raketten there. Puma could get the kill here. Misses again. And smokes out. Unlucky. That should have been the Stuart kill there. Missing 2 shots in a row. Asiamint got quite unlucky. Expect one of those to connect. Fox finds a sneaky angle here. VonAsten having trouble getting his AT gun in position, but maybe not for long. Oof. I think he was queuing up an AT grenade there as well, but the flak base spitting out the damage too would have been worried about losing his squad. So, whoop! Is that an attack ground? What is he doing? Oh man, that is some clumsy pathing with the looks. So lucky that there were no squads, you know, coming forwards providing sight. And wow, Asiamint going for the Jagdpanzer first. Interesting. Will help him against the Pershing, that's for sure. Won't help him against the infantry. He does seem to be struggling in that department a little bit. I think he's still just having an immense time countering as that 50 cal in the building. Such a huge thorn in his side. VonAsten making a strong push in the north. So close to the Pershing now. He's made really good progress in that department. But yeah, Jagdpanzers just can't do anything against the infantry here. It does feel like it. I mean, this is a good amount of anti-tank to counter the Pershing, but I feel like Asiamint's struggling a little bit too much against the infantry here and needed a little bit of assistance in that department. Oh boy. Sitting right in front of the AT gun. Oh boy, and here comes the Pershing at just the right time. What was this assault from Asiamint? Aim shot coming in on the Pershing, but too slow to save the Jagdpanzer. AT gun gets decrewed. Raketen pushing up behind this, providing some support. Pershing getting a little bit low. Puma and Raketen doing some good damage. Oh, he goes for the recruit or the steal on the M1, but loses the squad in the process. Pershing comes through with some huge damage. Now he's just going to settle for trying to destroy the weapon. Raketen gets the kill. But man, what was that assault from Asiamint? Just going straight down the middle, running right into the M1. And losing his Jagdpanzer for it. Finds the Stuart now though. Puma getting some good hits in. Can he get the kill? Can he get it? Oh man, misses. Oh, but the Raketen in the center finishes the job. Nice stuff. Okay, that's a little bit of a consolation prize there for losing the Jagdpanzer, picking off his Stuart. He lost a Volksgrenadier, right? In fact, he's lost 2 this game. I saw the one go down to the Pershing earlier. I'm not sure about the other one. You know, experiencing a little bit of a low point now without the AT gun to repel the looks, without the Pershing on the battlefield, out back for repairs. But even so, he's got really strong map control. A little bit careless there. Loses the Major. Comes the Pershing. This is a first shot on the looks. Continuing forwards, but the Raketen is there. Connects once. High and heavy cover as well. Oh, connects and penetrates again. This Raketen doing some good work there. Hits a Vet 2 with that as well. Better reload, better pen. That's going to help. Here comes the Puma getting aggressive. Thinking twice about it. Puma only barely outranges the Pershing. Can't rely on that, so pushing forwards like that a little bit risky. Oh boy, oh, we're getting a little bit clumped up. Pershing gets a good shot in, super low on health bars, trying to finish the job. So close to getting decrewed. And the Pershing long range sniper finishes it off. Puma trying to save the day, trying to stop it falling into enemy hands. VonAsten calling in the smoke, going for the capture. Blackbase getting a tiny bit of damage in here. And doesn't get the capture. I thought he'd be going for it. Maybe he lost it in the smoke. That's good news for Asiamint. You hear the announcer, 100 VPs left for Asiamint. Got to get things going. He's got to get them going fast. I think one of the main issues he's had is countering these double 50 cals. Just constantly running into them. Like this one in the center has just been locking down the VP in the middle for basically the entire game since it's been on the field. That is a threat that you have to experience, you know, when playing mechanized build. And look at that, Asiamint just goes for the early GG. Feels that he can't make the comeback in time. And yeah, I mean, he's definitely very far behind, and I can understand that. But yeah, when going for this mechanized route, you know, you've got the double light vehicles, you invest in the double light vehicles, you should experience some real light vehicle supremacy, which is not what we saw here from Asiamint. The looks, you know, it took super long to get to Vet 2. It took ages to get its first 12 kills. Did not have the light vehicle supremacy that he should have. VonAsten playing really well with the Stuart. Good supporting play from the Bazooka, always escorting the Stuart just in case the Puma came to counter it. And yeah, just some really sound play. The double machine guns locking Asiamint out. And that was a valiant charge forwards with the Jagdpanzer, but man, did it backfire.